Immigration, comfort, entertainment, airline restrictions, and the length of your flight. These all determine what to pack in your carry-on for New Zealand. To make sure you've thought of everything, we've put together this guide of what to pack in your carry-on for a flight to New Zealand. Plus, we'll give you 13 items to definitely not pack in your carry-on coming up.
Hey guys, we're Robin and Laura, the team behind BackpackerGuide.NZ, helping you plan an epic trip to New Zealand.
In this video, we're going to go through everything you need to know about packing your carry-on to New Zealand. We're going to talk about what type of carry-on bag you should take, important travel documents to pack, and what toiletries you can take onto the plane with you, and all those other essentials you need to have with you in your carry-on. Plus, we'll list 13 items you absolutely cannot take with you on the plane to New Zealand.
And by the way, we release video about New Zealand every single day right here on this channel. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and join our notification squad.
Let's get on with the video.
Let's get started with what type of carry-on bag you should take to New Zealand.
So first things first, you need to choose a carry-on bag that you are likely to utilise while you are backpacking in New Zealand. We recommend bringing a small to medium-sized backpack to use as your carry-on luggage, as well as a day pack for when you are out and about in New Zealand.
Your backpack should be able to fit all the items that we are going to give you on this carry-on packing list. It should also be able to fit a couple of extra layers of clothing for when you are using it as a day pack, as well as items like water bottle, food container, phone, wallet, etc.
On top of making sure that your carry-on bag is a decent size for what you actually want to fit inside it, it also needs to adhere to the carry-on luggage dimensions of the airlines you are using to travel to and from New Zealand, and even on domestic flights in New Zealand, which you also might end up using.
For this reason, we have put together a little chart in the description below of the most popular airlines that have international flight to New Zealand alongside with their carry-on luggage size and weight restrictions.
Now that you've chosen a bag, let's go through what you're going to pack in it. First up, pack some important travel documents.
Don't forget your passport! Okay, we don't really think that you will forget your passport, but if you are traveling to New Zealand on a working holiday visa or on any other visa for that matter, there are a few extra documents you should have prepared for when you arrive in New Zealand.
First up, your visa paperwork. Because most visitor visa and working holiday visas are electronic, it's likely that you will prepare this paperwork that we're going to suggest, and then you'll end up not needing it when you arrive in New Zealand. However, things can go wrong and technology isn't always reliable, so we recommend having a few printouts of your visa documents in case you are asked for them at the immigration desk. So print out and pack a copy of the following documents.
Your visa! If you have had to apply for a visa through Immigration New Zealand, then they will have emailed you a copy of your visa. It doesn't look like much, just a few lines of writing. A bank statement to show that you have the sufficient funds for the duration of your stay. The required amount will be outlined for your specific visa conditions. A return ticket or sufficient funds to purchase one. That's approximately 1,000 New Zealand dollars extra available. And your travel insurance policy certificate. If having an insurance is a condition of your visa, which it is usually with the working holiday visa, for example. Next, you need your passport and flight ticket. It's kind of a no-brainer, but just in case, don't forget your passport and your flight ticket. Oh yeah, and you should probably make sure that you have a passport which is valid beyond the amount of time you plan to stay in New Zealand. You don't want it expiring while you are in New Zealand.
You'll also need another form of ID. It's handy to have another form of photographic identification other than your passport with you in your carry-on, just in case. That can be your driving license, because you're gonna need it anyway if you want to drive in New Zealand. But if your driving license is not written in English, then you will need an international driving permit as well. And remember, there are only 3 forms of valid ID you can use to purchase alcohol. in New Zealand. So that's a New Zealand driving license, a passport, and the Hospitality 18+ card. We have information on all of that in the description below, linked up.
The final document that you will need to pack in your carry-on is some cash. You will need some New Zealand dollars in cash for when you arrive in New Zealand. Having enough cash for the first week of your stay, just in case you have issues accessing your money with your credit or debit card. Oh yeah, and take your credit and debit card with you as well. Next up, what toiletries should you pack in your carry-on?
This is always a complicated one with airlines. All airlines have restrictions on how much liquids, gels, aerosols and pastes you can pack into your carry-on. But this doesn't mean you have to go without.
In your carry-on, all liquids, gel, aerosols and paste must be packed in individual containers no larger than 100 mm in volume. All containers must then be packed into a transparent, resealable bag no larger than 1 liter. That's about 20 by 20 centimeters.
Because of these restrictions, it's best to pack the toiletries that you are going to need during the time that you don't have access to your check-in luggage. So, for your carry-on toiletry packing list, you should pack
travel-size toothpaste, deodorant, makeup if you're into that, wipes to freshen up, and any medication you may need for your flight and the first week in New Zealand, just in case something happens to your check-in luggage.
And remember, you can pack your normal toiletries in your check-in luggage. It's just your carry-on luggage which has restrictions. So what entertainment, clothes and comfort items should you pack in your carry-on?
First up, entertainment. Because New Zealand is far away from anywhere, the flight and stopovers can be pretty tedious. To make it through, take some form of entertainment with you. Or maybe some work, to keep yourself busy and make the time seem like it's passing quicker. You don't need to go too crazy on the entertainment side though, keeping in mind that most long-haul airlines have seats with their own individual entertainment units. What entertainment you take with you is pretty personal and everyone has different tastes, but for information check out the article How to Prepare for a Long-Haul Flight, linked up in the description below.
Remember, for any electronic items you bring, you will want to bring the appropriate charger as well as the adapter for the countries that you're visiting along the way.
Next, you want to pack some clothes in your carry-on.
There are many reasons why you should pack a couple of spare clothes in your carry-on for the off chance that your luggage is lost and you're stuck with only your carry-on for a couple of days. Plus you might want some extra layers for inside the plane, which tends to have the air conditioning cranked right up.
Finally, pack something from comfort. Although your long-haul flight airlines provide pillows and blankets, nothing beats a travel pillow. So if you want this extra comfort and some chance of getting some sleep and beating the jet lag, then pack yourself one of those inflatable travel pillows or one of the travel pillows that clips on you outside of your carry-on. We'll link up to a few ones that we really like in the description below.
So that's all the essentials to pack into your carry-on for your trip to New Zealand. But as promised, here are 13 items you should definitely not pack in your carry-on luggage due to airline restrictions.
Sharp object, sporting goods from bats to skipple, more than one box of matches or lighter, firearms or weapons including replicas, flammable, explosive, corrosive or toxic items, liquid oxygen system, disabling device containing an irritant or incapacitating substance like pepper spray, electric shock weapons, aerosols that are not medicinal or toiletry items, security type equipment such as attaché case, cash boxes and cash bags, hoverboard, mini Segway, balance wheel, lithium powered skateboard or personal transportation device. Lithium battery with a rating of more than 160 watt per hour or 8 grams of lithium content, or a Samsung Note 7. That's
all the things you can't take with you onto the plane, but there are some items that you can't take through biosecurity once you arrive in New Zealand. So for those items, we'll link to a video or an article in the description below.
That's it for carry-on packing list for New Zealand. If you do have any questions or if there is anything that we've missed, help each other out by putting it in the comments below.
And if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome content about New Zealand that's going to really help you plan the adventure of a lifetime.
Until next time, travel safe!